Hi everyone, Stefanie from IVATI, and I want to talk about where exactly IVATI came from. So as you know, IVATI stands for the 5 actions of IVATI: intentionality, vulnerability, authenticity, tenacity, and integrity. And the number one question I get when I talk about IVATI is, did you think of that? Because it is kind of a catchy name, and each letter obviously does stand for something. A good friend, Marlon Gordon from Next Gen Innovators, he told me when IVATI, before it was IVATI, came about, he told me to write down the just words that resonated with me, values of what I wanted my business to be, what I wanted my mission to be. So I have this gold notebook that I carry with me everywhere. And I was writing down words that just resonated with me, that just really felt like they connected with what I was trying to do. The first I in IVATI stands for intentionality, and that's to be purposeful with every thought, word, and action. And I chose intentionality instead of purpose, which was on the list of words, because I feel as though purpose puts so much pressure on people. People always say, what's my purpose in life? What's her purpose? And I don't think we have one purpose, especially as leaders of our lives. We may have multiple purposes throughout our life. It depends on how we've grown, where we're going, where we've been. So I thought intentionality talked more about in the moment and not the far future, just the short future. So the V in IVATI stands for vulnerability. And that is to be open to exploring both your strengths and weaknesses. This is huge around the work that I do. I think it's very easy for us to focus on just our strengths because no one really wants to look at their weaknesses. No one wants to look at the ugliness of them, the darkness of them. But it's very important in order to grow because oftentimes we'll never be able to get our weakness to be one of our greatest strengths. We can always improve on the weaknesses. And the best way to be better with your weaknesses is to first acknowledge them, identify them, dissect them, and then work on improving them. Because if we're blind to our weaknesses, then they'll often creep in and hinder us from our success. The A in IVATI stands for authenticity. And that means being committed to show up as your most genuine self. Because as a leader, people can see through the fakeness. And if they can't see it right away, it will show up eventually. Because we can only hide behind a mask, a facade, a fake version of ourselves for so long. Eventually, our true colors will show. And when we are our most authentic self, the work we do will just shine, it'll thrive. And even when our most authentic self isn't necessarily who we're most proud to be, we're able to work on that because we are just being ourselves. We're not pretending to be somebody we're not. The T in IVATI stands for tenacity, and that is being diligent in our evolution as we face obstacles and setbacks. Look, life is not pretty, it's not easy, and it's rarely smooth. And oftentimes, to get to our greatest successes, our greatest wins, the best version of ourselves, we have to go through so much ugly, so much tough, so many moments that we wish we didn't have to go to, but they make us stronger at the end of the day. And that is why we have to constantly persevere, be determined, and focus on continually developing, because there's always a certain layer of untapped potential that we should be striving for. And the final letter in IVATI is the second I, which is integrity. And that is to be true to your character, your intent, and your word. This word really brings everything full circle because every other piece of IVATI you need to be true to. You need to always remain true to yourself and your word, your intention. You need to be true in your vulnerability and your authenticity because the moment you aren't, you will not only doubt yourself, but everyone around you will doubt you. People won't trust you. You won't even trust you. And that's IVATI. The way I envision IVATI was very much as a continuous cycle. It never stops. We're always doing things with intention. We're always using vulnerability to see parts of ourselves that we maybe didn't see from the start. We're always being authentic. We're always having tenacity, and we're always showing our integrity and being true to ourselves. And that is how everything we do is we work together, whether it's one-on-one with me, whether it's speaking with each other, just watching my YouTube. We're gonna keep tapping into those 5 actions to become better leaders in our personal and professional lives. So I thank you so much for listening. I can't wait to see how I can grow with you and you can grow with me through IVATI. So I really encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to follow me on Instagram. If you need to contact me, please visit my website at www.ivati.net. Until next time.